Welcome to 926 Style with Toby the King, where I'll be your talk show host, bringing you hot and current topics surrounding the world of beauty and fashion. On today's show, we're discussing the subject that has been faced from men to women, boys to girls, that is hair loss. Stay locked in for this very in-depth conversation of the how, why, and solution to hair loss in today's society, right here on 926 Style with Toby the King.
Thanks for tuning in to 926 Styles with Toby the King. If you would like to appear on the show, please feel free to email us directly at tobytheking@hotmail.com or by calling our office at 334-524-9016. On 926 Styles, we feature guests from hairstylists to barbers, makeup artists to models, and fashion designers to brand representatives. Now, back to 926 Styles with Toby the King.
Hello, our special guest today on 926 Style is the proud owner of Hair Connection Salon and Hair Loss Restoration Center in Columbus, Georgia. Hair Connection specializes in the trichology aspect of the beauty industry, which focuses on the non-surgical hair replacement and remedy to those suffering from various forms of hair loss. Our guest today is a certified hair loss replacement specialist, Virgin Hairline, The Lady, Extensions by LaShaw Bray, a certified facilitator for the American Cancer Society program, and an affiliate of the nonprofit organization Hello Gorgeous of Hope in Fort Bend, Indiana. This organization provides head-to-toe makeovers to women battling cancer and other autoimmune disorders. Hair Connections is the only salon in the state of Georgia trained to provide this service. We're speaking in the likes of none other than Miss Tonia Bell. Let's welcome to 926 Style with Toby D. King, Miss Tonia Bell. Hello, Miss Bell. I tell you, I am so glad to have you today on 926 Style. All of the viewers are just anxiously awaiting this dialogue concerning the remedy to hair loss. Everyone, not everyone, just majority of the people have experienced hair loss, and I'm number one. So I tell you, after reading your bio, I would love to hear from you your personal experience with hair loss.
Well, Toby, thank you so much for having me as well, because I'm real excited about this opportunity. Hair loss does run deep in my veins, and particularly because I had my own bout with hair loss. I'm a 7-year ovarian cancer survivor, and during the time that I was struggling with the cancer, even though I didn't go through the chemo, I was on different medications. And being a cosmetologist and doing my own hair, my daughter, we color, we relax and whatnot, put chemicals in my hair, and when I got out of the sink, it was gone. Pretty much from ear to ear and almost back to the parietal. And so that put me on my quest for hair loss, and I began to research and try to see what different things would lift the follicles, because I learned that if the follicles were still intact and they weren't damaged, the hair could grow back.
Wow.
And even though my scalp was as clean as the back of my hand, I still managed to grow the hair back. Had to have my hair damp a few times, sewed the wig down, because I didn't want anybody to see me, with my hair like that. So it took me about 6 months before I actually started seeing some results. And that's one thing that I've learned, in this industry with the hair loss is part of it is the embarrassment. And I went through that.
Yes,
my husband was a contractor, and I told my daughter, look, you have to sew this wig down, because I do not want your dad to see, my hair. And even though we've been married for a long time, that was still real intimate for me. And my daughter's a licensed cosmetologist too, so we managed to pull it off. He never saw it, the whole time while it was growing back.
Well, you know what? We're going to continue the interview, but I want to ask this question in advance.
Yes, sir.
So you've grown that hair back.
Yes.
Oh my,
Yes.
that is amazing.
Yes, I have.
That is amazing. That's amazing. I tell you what, I am curious to know, what are some different forms of hair loss and why?
Well, hair loss, we call it hair loss, but the technical term for it is alopecia. And it's alopecia areata. It's a huge foundation that supports alopecia. And a lot of times people think that when you see balding, it's just from sicknesses or, you know, cancer, different immune disorders, and some of it is. And so if you see the patchiness, and for an example, in my mannequin, can you hold this for me, please?
Yes.
That I brought with me today. He has a receding hairline, and then there's bald spots in the back of the head. And so sometimes people think, oh, is that a ringworm, or, you know, did something happen that it fell out? But that's actually the beginning of alopecia stages, because we have 5 different types of alopecia. And the alopecia universalis is the one that the hair will start to come out like I showed you within the patchiness, but it will cause complete hair loss to the scalp if it's not caught early enough. Now, that's another thing that we do. We always try to connect our clients in the salon with the dermatologist if they're not already seeing one, because we treat the outside, but the dermatologist, inside and outside, and I'll get to that in a minute, but the dermatologist is the doctor. So we're not medical, physicians, but we are licensed and we're studying trichology. So the dermatologist is the one that is trained to treat that integumentary system to where they can do injections, provide medications, provide creams. And if they work with us and they're seeing a dermatologist, then we do what we do as far as the scalp exfoliations. And I always encourage my clients to increase their water intake, depending upon their lifestyle, get on hair, skin, and nail vitamins, and change their diet, because diet plays a part in hair loss.
Wow.
Our blood system, a lot of us, blood type rather, not system, we really should eat according to our blood types, but most of us don't. And so I'm AB positive, and I've learned that I function better, I feel better, and my weight maintains better if I get plenty of vegetables and fruit. Meat and starches don't break down in my system well. So that's another thing that we do, in terms of hair loss. And so we get good results with the clients that stick with it and make that commitment. And we've actually had clients that came out of the wigs and came out of the weave, over like maybe a year and a half, too, because it takes a while. Our hair only grows at half of an inch a month on the average. There are some people, that can grow hair really, really fast, but the average is half of an inch a month. So when you consider it having to push up through the scalp and create the shaft and then begin to grow, it takes a little while before you can really see results, because it's going to grow sparsely, for one thing, because the follicles don't line up like 1, 2, 3 order. They work more like sod. If you when you think about how people lay sod out on the front yard, and then it kind of grows together, but that's what our follicles do. So we have to nourish them and treat them and nurture them in order to get them to push back through the scalp.
Wow. Oh, my God.
So the other type of the alopecia, we talked about the alopecia universalis, is alopecia totalis, and that one will cause total hair loss over the body. So anywhere, the eyebrows, the beard area, the legs, the arms, and a lot of times that is a result of an autoimmune disorder going on in the system.
Wow.
And so sometimes it can't be stopped. It just depends on what the cause of it is.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, my. Okay.
So those are the two, and that one is the universalis is the one that's most common with the men, with the receding hairlines. And sometimes if my dad was bald, my granddad was bald, it's just in the family. But change the diet a little bit. Check and see, is it really something that can't be reversed? I was sharing with the ladies before we came on set that my husband has started to recede. And so I'm not quite ready for him to be bald yet, even though we are gracefully aging. But I began to give him scalp treatments, and in 3 weeks' time, I saw results. And his hair is covered. You've met him,
Yes.
and so he doesn't appear to have a receding. He has fine, thin, curly hair, but I give him scalp treatments, and so right now we're maintaining those locks.
Well, Miss Bell, I'm gonna tell you right now, I need to make an appointment
Well, come on in.
because I'm receding. It is going farther and farther back by the days.
Well, that's what happens if we don't do anything with it.
Absolutely.
Yes,
but I
indeed.
learned something today that your diet plays
Yes.
a very important role in it.
It does.
Wow.
Diet, water, and vitamins. You'll be surprised.
Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. Are those the only different forms that you would like to talk about?
Well, we have the alopecia, is it andro? Let me put my glasses on. I'm sorry. Androgenetic alopecia, and that one also occurs, in both men and women. And but that's one of the most common forms of the hair loss.
Okay.
Yeah, is that one, because if you say the term androgenetic, and that one can be hereditary, because there are some types of hair loss that are hereditary, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
So, Ms. Bell, I am a licensed cosmetologist,
Yes, sir.
but what I learned today from you is there are different forms of alopecia.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Now,
Not
I do
just
have license and I'm certified, but I always have, I just thought alopecia was alopecia.
I know. And that's what we think commonly until we begin to do some research on it. There's even a form of alopecia called postpartum alopecia. When we get pregnant, we get on hair, skin, and nail not hair, skin, prenatal vitamins. But prenatal vitamins have the exact same IUs as hair, skin, and nail vitamins do. So some women grow hair really well when they're pregnant. But then after the baby's delivered, the hair will begin to thin or come out. Too much vitamin A in the diet will cause thinning. High blood pressure medication causes thinning. Thyroid medication causes thinning.
Well, now, I'm going to tell you, I had a personal bout with a client. She actually got color 1 month and then she got a relaxer. Well, I literally watched her hair fall down the drain.
Wow.
It scared me.
Wow, I bet it did.
And after I began to talk, I said, now, this is not normal, because I know I did all of the normal things. And so I began to ask her what was going on, and she told me she had just got on high blood pressure medicine.
Yes. And that's why when our clients come in, even if they don't come in for hair loss and they just come for an appointment, I have a client profile form that I have them to fill out and ask them if they're on any medications. They don't have to tell me what they're on. We just want to know if they are. So if they're going to have a chemical service, then we'll talk about, well, what kind of medications are you taking? Because I want to be prepared, for a negative reaction if there's going to be one. Because it definitely makes a difference. Because the thyroid medication, because it's fighting that gland and trying to ensure that cancer doesn't create in the body, it dries the hair and it makes it really, really brittle. Because it makes it brittle, the hair will begin to thin.
Well, you know what, Mrs. Bell, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and I want to ask you the question in advance. Is it possible to grow the hair back once it's lost? Stay tuned to 926, and we'll be right back.
We have an amazing offer for our viewing audience from 926 STYLZ. Do you desire to go from curly to silky straight with the stroke of a professional silkening straightener? Toby the King has designed your solution, the opulent signature flat iron. This beautiful, rich purple titanium plated 1.5-inch straightening iron has the heating capability of 250 to 450 degrees. This will achieve that silkening professional look used by models today. This beautifully designed product also comes with a gold signature by Toby the King. If you also desire to achieve those precise professional haircuts, Toby the King has designed the exquisite, vibrant purple hair shears. They will give you that trendy and precise professional cut you are seeking. These are a must-have for your beauty needs. Either one of these exclusive beauty products designed by celebrity hairstylist Toby the King can be yours today by visiting www.tobytheking.com or simply calling 334-524-9016.
What's up, everybody? I'm celebrity hairstylist Toby the King. I have something just for you. My autobiography, A Dead Promise Resurrected. If you're going through anything, a toxic relationship, you have been diagnosed with some terminal illness, hear my story. You can get it today at 334-524-9016 or by visiting my website, www.tobytheking.com. We're back with none other than Miss Tonia Bell. Miss Tonia Bell, we're going to dive right back into this conversation that got eyebrows raised. Okay, just as I asked you before we went to the commercial break, is it possible to grow the hair back? And you also began telling me there was another form of alopecia.
Yes, there are. There are two other forms, and they kind of fall in the same category, traction alopecia and scarring alopecia. A lot of times, and it's mainly an African American, community, because we're the ones that wear the quick weaves more, and some in the Caribbean, as well. But when we wear a quick weave, that means, and you understand that the weave that we're putting on the scalp is adheres down with a glue, some type of a glue, instead of sewn in to the braids like a weave would be. So if the hair is not being taken off correctly, meaning that they're not using a glue remover, basically, or a bonding remover shampoo, I should use a professional term, but a bonding remover and a bonding remover shampoo, and if you're not using those in conjunction before you put water on that client, or before, or just while they're sitting in the chair, the hair will tear and the hair will come out. And I've had several clients that have come into the salon. I had one lady that actually had a head full of hair from front to back, and now she only has hair on the back side of her head because she says she had been going to a stylist, and she didn't know. She knew that when the quick weave was being taken off, it was hurting, but she didn't understand that her hair was coming out with it. And if you're not looking in the mirror, you have no idea what's going on with your hair.
Wow.
And so that is what we call traction. And see, and once, if you continue to allow that to happen, then the scalp will begin to scar. And that dead skin will create such a surface over top of the follicles that the follicles will not be able to push back through. So that type of alopecia, the hair will not grow back on the scarring alopecia. But if you catch it traction before it scars the scalp and begin to treat the scalp, then yes, the hair can grow back.
So you're saying repeatedly wearing the quick weaves and not properly removing them, you will permanently lose your hair?
Yes.
Wow.
If it's not properly removed.
Did you hear that?
If it's not properly removed. And that the other good thing is, if you go to the dermatologist before it gets to that stage, the scalp can be treated with a quick weave intact. The scalp can be treated. We provide, as a hair loss replacement specialist, what I provide is more permanent, than a quick weave is. So we provide a prosthetic, and that prosthetic is customized. We measure the cranial. If the person just has a bald spot in the top, we can just get a portion of a unit. If they have a full head, we can, get the full head. And so we set it up so that you can come into the salon over a period of a year, and we would have like 3 to 4 units, or they're not wigs, they're grafts that would be installed so that the hair would always look fresh.
And I also want to ask you this here, Mrs. Bell. I've heard that some of our insurances will pay for units if we have hair loss.
They will.
Because only if it's medical, or how does that work?
Well, right now, TRICARE is one that, and a lot of people have TRICARE, whether you're military, we're retired military, but they're government workers, there are different levels of TRICARE. They are one that only cover if it is from a medical situation, whether it's cancer or another autoimmune disorder, and they provide one over the lifetime. Some of the insurances, if the dermatologist writes a prescription and writes a prescription for hair loss, then the insurance will cover it, whether it's from a medical disorder or not.
Okay, well, I tell you, Mrs. Bell, I want you to look directly in the camera to the viewing audience, and I want you to speak directly to them and just share with them, I mean, just in brief, how they can remedy the hair loss, and tell them how they can get in touch with you, because I'm sure a lot of people other than myself want to make an appointment.
Thank you, Toby. Yes, one thing that I would like to leave with the audience today is that alopecia does not have to define who you are, because there is a remedy for hair loss. Of course, we encourage our clients to take care from the inside out. We'll do the outside job along with the dermatologist, but food, diet, hair, skin, and nail vitamins, and water intake will play a large part in the regrowth of the hair. The hair grows slowly, so you have to be patient, but we would be more than glad to service you. We're located in Columbus. We're at 5203 14th Avenue in Columbus, Georgia. My phone number is 706-505-5764. And we do private consultations. We never break the client down while there's another audience in the salon or in the room. We have a private room for our clients to come to, so you don't have to worry about being exposed.
Okay, Mrs. Bell, I tell you, you've given us so much information, so much, I mean, just knowledge that we can all, and especially us as hairstylists. I mean,
Yes.
I am sure that a lot of hairstylists didn't even know some of the things that you say. So how can we properly advise our clients if we don't know all of this? I see why you are the hair restoration specialist. I tell you, we have enjoyed you thoroughly today.
you.
We have enjoyed you and your guest over there. We've even named your models.
Did you?
Yes, we named your models. I was the guy over there. But nonetheless, thank you for being on 926 Style
Thank you for having
with Toby the King. And I want you to stay locked. I want you to stay right there, because we have upcoming the style of the day. Don't you move that dial.
Thanks for tuning in to 926 Styles with Toby the King. If you would like to appear on the show, please feel free to email us directly at tobytheking@hotmail.com or by calling our office at 334-524-9016. On 926 Styles, we feature guests from hairstylists to barbers, makeup artists to models, and fashion designers to brand representatives. Now, back to 926 Styles with Toby the King.
Welcome to the Style Seat with celebrity hairstylist Toby the King. Today, our model is featured in an updo hairstyle. What I've done is I've went through and razored her hair all over, and I took it and just kind of pinned it and tucked it up. This is perfect for a wedding or an evening out with your spouse or something, and then leaving just sides down, hair down on the sides just to frame the sides. This is a beautiful hairstyle just for a night out on the town. Thank you for tuning in to the Style Seat with celebrity stylist Toby the King.
We have an amazing offer for our viewing audience from 926 STYLZ. Do you desire to go from curly to silky straight with the stroke of a professional silkening straightener? Toby the King has designed your solution, the opulent signature flat iron. This beautiful, rich purple titanium plated 1.5-inch straightening iron has the heating capability of 250 to 450 degrees. This will achieve that silkening professional look used by models today. This beautifully designed product also comes with a gold signature by Toby the King. If you also desire to achieve those precise professional haircuts, Toby the King has designed the exquisite, vibrant purple hair shears. They will give you that trendy and precise professional cut you are seeking. These are a must-have for your beauty needs. Either one of these exclusive beauty products designed by celebrity hairstylist Toby the King can be yours today by visiting www.tobytheking.com or simply calling 334-524-9016.
What's up, everybody? I'm celebrity hairstylist Toby the King. I have something just for you. My autobiography, A Dead Promise Resurrected. If you're going through anything, a toxic relationship, you have been diagnosed with some terminal illness, hear my story. You can get it today at 334-524-9016 or by visiting my website, www.tobytheking.com. We've come down to the end of a very interesting dialogue, and it speaks well of itself. So there's nothing more to say. But in the meantime, I want to leave you with the word today. And the word for today is our generational choices outweigh our generational curses. Sometimes it's the choices that we make. It's not so much the curse that we're living out, but it's the choice that we're living out. So we have to learn to be more mindful on the choices that we make so that our generational choices can outweigh our generational curses. Thank you for tuning in to 926 Style with Toby the King.